In our last video on gases, we're going to discuss Dalton's Law of Partial Pressures as well as Graham's Law of Effusion. So to begin, Dalton's Law of Partial Pressures states that the total pressure of a mixture of gases is equal to the sum of the partial pressures of the individual gases in the mixture. Intuitively, this makes a lot of sense. If you have a container with multiple gases, each individual gas is going to exert its own pressure against the walls of the container. If you add up the individual partial pressures exerted by each gas, you're going to get the total pressure of the system. Now, Dalton's Law of Partial Pressures is often expressed in equation form, so you can see here you have total pressure is equal to the sum of the partial pressures of each individual gas in the mixture. If you wanted to calculate the partial pressure of any individual gas in the mixture, you can with this equation, where the partial pressure of a particular gas is equal to its mole fraction times the total pressure. Now, the mole fraction is literally, what it sounds like. It's the mole fraction of that gas. So to calculate it, you take the number of moles of that gas and you divide it by the total number of moles in the container. So you see how this works? Let's take a look at an example question. Here we've got 1 mole of hydrogen, 2 moles of water, and 2 moles of nitrogen that are added to a container. They tell us that the total pressure is 2 atmospheres, and we want to know what is the partial pressure of nitrogen. So if we want to calculate the partial pressure of nitrogen, we've got the equation. So we can simply write that the partial pressure of nitrogen is equal to the mole fraction of nitrogen times the total pressure. Now, the question has told us the total pressure, it's 2 atmospheres. The mole fraction of nitrogen we have to calculate. But again, we know the equation. So we can say that the mole fraction of nitrogen is equal to the moles of nitrogen divided by the total number of moles in the container. So here, we know that we've got 2 moles of nitrogen. That's going to be our numerator. And we have a total of 1, 2, and 2. That's a total of 5 moles of gas in our container. So that's going to give us 2 moles over 5 moles, which will give us a mole fraction of 2/5 or 0.4. With our mole fraction of nitrogen, we can now plug this back into our partial pressure equation to get 0.4 times 2 atmospheres, which tells us that the partial pressure of nitrogen in this container is 0.8 atmospheres. This also means that of the total 2 atmospheres of pressure, the remaining 1.2 atmospheres of pressure must be contributed by the other gases in the mixture, the hydrogen as well as the water. Okay, so now that we know how Dalton's Law of Partial Pressures works, let's take a look at Graham's Law of Effusion. So the main takeaway from from Graham's Law of Effusion is that the rate of diffusion/effusion of a gas is inversely proportional to the square root of its molecular weight. Now, the first thing you might want to understand is what exactly is effusion? You've probably heard of diffusion before. Diffusion is just the random motion of gas particles, essentially in all directions. Effusion is looking at a specific instance where you have gas molecules in a container, and the container has a small pinhole. Effusion is looking at the rate at which gas particles escape the container through that pinhole. Now, for all intents and purposes on the MCAT, you can really think of diffusion and effusion as just how fast the gas particles are moving. Now, very important, this relationship only applies if you have gas particles at the same temperature, and we're going to explain why. So if you recall, temperature measures the average kinetic energy of the molecules in the system. So if you have gas molecules at the same temperature, then by definition, they also have the same kinetic energy. We can write this out in equation form as the kinetic energy of gas 1 is equal to the kinetic energy of gas 2. And we know the equation for kinetic energy, it's 1/2 mv squared, so we can say that the kinetic energy of gas 1 is 1/2 mass 1 times speed 1 squared. And similarly, the kinetic energy of the other gas is equal to 1/2 m2 v2 squared. Now, from this equation, we can see that the 1/2s are going to cancel out on both sides. And what we can do with what's left over, m1 v1 squared equals m2 v2 squared, is we can rearrange the equation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to divide by v2 squared and by m1 on both sides. That's going to leave us with v1 squared over v2 squared is equal to m2 over m1. And finally, I'm going to take the square root of both sides. If I do that, I'll be left with v1 over v2 is equal to the square root of m2 over m1. And this is the typical form of Graham's law of effusion. So again, from this equation, you can really just see, if you were to take a look at comparing the speeds between two gases, the gas with a smaller mass is going to travel faster. So for instance, let's say we were to consider hydrogen gas, H2. So we can say that for hydrogen gas, let's write this out. So H2 is going to be our gas 1. So mass 1 is equal to its molecular weight, which is 2 grams per mole. Our other gas we can consider is oxygen gas, O2. So oxygen has an atomic weight of 16, so you multiply that by 2, that's going to give us 32 grams. If we have mass 1 and mass 2, we can then take a look at the square root of m2 over m1. And that's going to give us v1 over v2 is equal to the square root of 32 over 2, which is the square root of 16, which is 4. So what this means is the speed of our first gas, hydrogen, divided by the speed of our second gas, oxygen, is 4. So this essentially tells us that hydrogen is 4 times faster than oxygen when these two gases are at the same temperature. All right, so that's how Graham's law of effusion works.